Good morning, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good Monday, good start of the week. Good morning, everyone. Jeremiah, good morning, Chris, Lord, Eric, Chris. Oh, yeah, I said a double Chris here. Beza, Mohammed, my boy Victor, Jericho, Miami's Layer. Good morning, everyone. Hope you had a great weekend. Let's see what we can get from NQ today. Yeah, let's trade. YOLO. Peter, good morning. Let's see how we start the week. Good morning, Robert, Henry. Hey, I see so many people, new people around. Happy to see that. New faces and the usual ones. Good morning, Kylie. Good morning. Okay, let's gonna do the usual top-down analysis. Let's form the bias and let's see what we can get on our lower time frame. Okay, good morning. It was good. Yeah, it was actually good. Saturday I spent a day by the pool with family and friends. And then Sunday was like a more chill day, I guess. Swim trading, good morning. But it was good, it was good. How about you? Okay, let's start with the daily chart. Recently got the 2 degrees indicator, it looks amazing, Juno. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you so much. We're gonna keep working on it, so we're gonna keep adding more stuff, fixing some things. But thank you so much. And Elvis, good morning, brother. Okay, let's start with the daily chart. Ooh, we keep going higher. What a surprise, right? Last time it was this fair value gap here. We tapped into it. We kept moving higher. Uh, did we just take previous day higher right now? Oh no, we didn't. I'm tripping. On the daily chart, not much, right? We don't have fair value gaps. We don't have immediate drawn liquidity at least on the daily because we swept previous day high already. It is true that it feels strong again. Like it keeps moving higher. So whatever. Harun, good morning. On the daily chart, not much to extract. We have a small fair value gap, like a really, really small one over here. I would give too much attention to this fair value gap. I wouldn't probably because it's just really smart. The Dow is over 50K. Yeah, everything's extremely bullish still. But yeah, previously high taken. We have this small fair value gap, but besides this, the daily doesn't tell me much. It is true that this week we got a closure. Like Friday, we got a closure above this Wednesday, 27th May high, like instead of closing below. So that's a good sign. Closing above this high, like it's a good sign to maybe keep going higher. Okay. Um, good morning, Justin. But besides this, like not much more here in the daily. Getting into the 4 hour, ooh, we have a huge 4 hour gap here. Oh, not bigger block, fair value gap. Um, if we move lower at some point, we can start looking like we can look for reactions around this fair value gap. Uh, but yeah, on the 4 hour, we didn't sweep the previous 4 hour, nor previous 4 hour high, nor previous 4 hour low. Good, like we're still trading as an inside candle. So I guess we have things like we can work out with like a previous 4 hour high, 4 hour low, for drawn liquidity. But for now, for me, the main thing on the 4 hour here is the this fair value gap here to the upside. It's bullish imbalance. Hourly, same thing. We have an hourly fair value gap down here. So having both 4 hour and 1 hour fair value gap stacked is something really good, because if we manage to trade inside these fair value gaps here on both 1 hour and 4 hour, we're gonna have a reaction for sure, some sort of reaction. So that's good. When it comes to the hourly, completely inside candle, we didn't take previous hourly high or hourly low. I don't think it's a good sign. Like, we might be in a moment where we don't know where we are going exactly. But yeah, it's the same scenario as the 4 hour here. The 1 hour gap here is the main thing that I'm trying to pay attention to. Doesn't mean that we just open up and move lower, but it is something to be aware of. And then the 15 minute, to be honest, the best scenario here would be to just sweep these highs on the 15 minute, this like relative equal highs, and then move lower to tap into the 4 hour, 1 hour gap, and then continue moving higher. That would be and a scenario that I would like. Would I like to take the shorts? Hard to say, because again, we are bullish, like we are on a bullish trend on the daily and the rest of the higher time frame, the high time frames. But if something worth taking shows up, hey, why not? Good morning, Lucifer. But yeah, besides this, for 15 minutes, we don't have much. Another free bio gap here. So we have a stacked 15, 1 hour, 4 hour gap. But the 15 minute, it's not showing like anything too interesting. And then the 5 minute and the 1 minute. Yeah, I guess we are trading this range so far. So if we could like maybe take the highs and see what happens there. Yeah, exactly. And at least session, good morning, by the way. That's what it is showing so far, that we might be consolidating a little bit. Let me mark out. We're gonna check the stop map to see where we are. How's the stop map range looking? Oh yeah, so it makes sense, because we are trading already on the minus manipulation area. It is true that we are kind of trading a little bit above, so we have to see here what happens, but it makes sense that we stop like the upside move a little bit. Your bias for the day shorting, uh, at least for London, like I think we can have a short, like we can catch a good short during London session maybe. Good morning, Uni and Andreas. Good morning, guys. But yeah, for now, it's just we need the open to happen and see what we can take from it. Um, I would actually prefer to get a short, to be honest here. Yo, 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 my boy. Good morning. Good morning, Ben, brother. Yeah, it was the weekend. So yeah, overall, I still think we are bullish higher time frame. I guess a short move here to trade a little bit lower for continuations higher would be really nice. Good morning, Yusuf. Crazy. Good morning, brother. Happy to see you around. I think short too, 470 is the usual low. So thinking London, we'll trade into that. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Then look for the highs. Yeah. Finally good weather in Germany. Nice. Yeah, luckily we've been having good weather so far. The last few weeks in New Year's session. Okay, good point. Let me check. Let me just mark out. Yeah, right. Like for me, yeah, best scenario is just we drop down there and we continue moving higher from there. That would be the best scenario for me. Let's see. And ideally, for me to get it short, I would need these highs to be taken. Something like this. Boom, boom, and then move lower. Exactly, exactly. That's why I marked out like I draw that thing that way I draw it because we have the Asia low with fair value gaps here. So let's see. A minute. I think the tool printed a long move here with this breaker block. It did. Check the 15. I'm afraid we're gonna have a slow session today. The weekly, wow, we're having strong weekly candles. Exactly, Harun. That's also what I'm trying to frame. Like take buy side liquidity real quick. I would have preferred like a stronger move at the up like to the upside right at the open, but let's see. Let me check yes real quick, just in case we form SMT because we can form SMT. YM doing its thing, crude oil. Okay. Gold moving lower. We can create SMT here with yes. Good morning, it. Exactly. Strong displacement higher. That's what we are looking. Like here for me, I think yes is gonna obviously take the high first. So if VS takes this high, we form SMT, but NQ can take this high here because that's 15 previous high, the 15-minute previous high. That would be cool because that way we can frame the short anyway, having the S&T, and at the same time we are gonna have some sort of liquidity sweep here. There you go. Yes took the high, and Q didn't take the high yet. Can he take the high? Good thing is that we had the idea of shorting, and we're good that NQ is the the weakest asset gear, so it's like the shorts are gonna be easier to play out on NQ if anything changes. There you go. NQ took previous 50-minute high. The size of my screen, it is a 49 inches long one, like the ultra wide one, but I have half screen for um, for trading view and the other half screen for the chat and everything else. 49. Like is this like one of these ultra wide screens, like curved ultra wide screens? Yeah, let's see if we can move lower from here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been always like a one screen guy. I don't actually have like many screens, but eventually I got the biggest one. Yeah, it's extremely wide. But when you get used to it, it's really good. Like I have a desk and it goes from one side to the other side of the desk, pretty much. That's why you move your head so much. Exactly. Like at one side I have the trading view and the other one I have you guys over there on the right screen. Good morning, KB. Exactly. That's why I have my neck, like I have neck pain all the time. Okay, we have these two setups to the upside, but I'm not paying attention to them. As for now, I'm looking for for shorts. Wow, we're 100 of you guys already. That's insane, boys. That's insane. Look like it's holding. It's bouncing off of this 1 minute unicorn here. You think we get autumn highs? You told me that the model will be presented on your stream last week. Did not capture it. Any updates? Oh, we did. We did on 2 degrees Discord server. I uploaded the recording of that stream and it is posted on my YouTube channel. Let's make London sessions great again. Hey, we got a like crazy good London session week last week. Tuesday we took a win. Wednesday we took a win. Thursday we didn't take anything because I missed the setup. Like I missed the trade that I didn't get a fill. And then we decided to just not get anything else. And Friday we took a win. So last week was extremely good. 3 on 3 on the wins. Well, on the trades, basically. Juno is the European Trump. Yeah, whenever I trade. Wow, so slow so far. ES keeps pushing higher. And Q still holding the line here, showing way more weakness than ES for sure. We need more views and likes. I guess that's your job. I cannot do anything here. No live trading here. We are trying. We do live trades, Chris. So far, nothing is showing up that we want to take, so we're not taking anything. But we do live trade. We do take trades, even though it's not the main goal of the stream, though. How much do you average weekly, monthly through the years? Weekly, monthly. Um, Again, I should have to check it on my journal, but on average, on average, let's say 20 are probably less because I have really bad months. But when I have a good month, I have a really good month. It's something that I stopped like looking at, to be honest, like the win rate, monthly R. Um, it's something that at first I was so obsessed with. Yeah, yeah, 20 is good. That comes like when I have a good month, I have a really fucking good month. Um, no, I said 20, but probably is way lower, like 15, 12. Hi, what a breaker block are you? So far, I'm just waiting for a breaker block to form. It's gonna be something like this. Probably even get it to the low here. The thing is, the R, like it's not my main um statistic to check out. I guess because we are trading, like I'm trading prop firm, so like how are you counting the trades by trade alones or by group of accounts, you know? Is breaker block hard to learn? I wouldn't say so, to be honest, because I mean, from the people that I know that are around trading, they usually say that the unicorn slash breaker block model is the easiest one to learn. Okay, we're moving lower from here. Let me just remove this. I'm doing good, Harsh. How are you doing? That was the 15-minute sweep. I guess we can use this as the breaker block. What is yes doing? Going lower. Waiting for the closure of this candle. I want to see how it closes before getting into anything. There you go. We have the unicorn confirmation here. So that's we have the fair value gap. See, we can have a push higher here. Yeah, I see so many people. Like I know so many people that uses embedded fair value gaps with like as a first entry for the unicorn setup. Like they are able to anticipate the um, the unicorn setup by getting into the inverse value gap first, and then adding more into the breaker. The only thing that I don't like about this setup here is ES. ES can drag everything up really quick here. We didn't get a closure below the expected breaker on ES. That would have been the expected breaker on ES, I guess. But NQ looks like really, really weak on Ironic University. I know. I mean, that's what we wanted to see, right? We talked about this setup. We talked about NQ taking this high, ES creating SMT. We're not gonna get an entry. We tapped into the fair value gap of the unicorn formation here. Even EVS closes below this and confirms this breaker block, NQ is gonna have the 2R really fucking quick. That's like we're gonna get down here extremely quick. I should. We have. What do we have here? 5 minute. Okay. There you go. Yes, it's gonna close below. That's also the bad part of obviously shorting the weak asset that it is really hard to get entries. Okay, we are trading into minus manipulation area again, and looks like we're gonna close below it. Good morning, Leo. Hope you're having fun in London. You're already in London, right? Exactly, yeah. And there it goes, the tour from this shit. Uh, couldn't take the fucking trade. I'm telling you, someone took this shit. So fucking sad. I couldn't get an entry. Good thing is that the tool printed it. You did? Cool. Nice. I didn't. Yeah, let's wait and see if we, I don't know. MES is the lagging asset. Maybe we can take a trade on ES and take the short on ES. But the thing is, I've been trading always NQ, you know? Like I don't like ES. In fact, I just hate it. Long signal, I don't think so. 10 minute. Like right now, to being honest, next area that I'm interested in is like the fair value gaps area with a 4 hour, 1 hour, and the 15 minute fair value gap down here, aligning with Asia low. That was a really clean setup. I did KV and I used to trade it. The only thing here is that I don't like to do it on stream because I mean, I guess we're going to this real quick, so maybe we can get along. The reason why I not use limit orders uh, is because I prefer that you guys are able to like take the trade with me if you want, if it makes sense. And usually, like I think that if I take like there's a couple like 3 4 seconds of delay on the streams. So if I execute order, you're not gonna have the same entry as me, or you're not gonna have like the same time as me to be into the trade with me, if that makes sense. So I just prefer to use limit orders on stream. Let's see if we move lower a little bit more. Yeah, I know. Like obviously you could do it. But yeah, I'm in no rush to trade. Especially on stream, obviously also because I want to keep the streams like chill so everyone can get into limit orders that everyone can understand and see the trade. Uh, so I'm trying to stick to like some rules when I'm streaming that I think benefit the stream overall. Why I'm doing completely different thing. I need your patience. Yeah, like it's a usual conversation that we have here about the patience thing. We're usually patient. We usually wait for the right thing to happen, and like this, like we we were expecting this move, you know, like we were expecting this like this sweep higher, this manipulation, and then creating the SMT and whatever that to then look for a lower move. We draw the same thing here, but it is what it is. We couldn't make into the trade. So would you enter as soon as the breaker is confirming? Yeah. What I would do, Andres, when I'm executing on markets, like on market orders, as soon as like the last candle that's gonna be the previous one, before the previous one that should be confirming the breaker block. On the closure of that one, if it closes close to the entry, so the next candle it might drop, that's when I get into the market. Since the S swept highs, is it bad to short in Q? I don't think so. The thing is, my points of interest here, they're close. Like we're approaching this 4 hour gap. We have another hourly gap down there. Obviously, we can trade deeper into the gaps to like trade more into the fair value gaps. But the short for me was here. We also had a 5 minute setup, but again, we didn't have an entry. But yeah, like the short for me was here. Shorting here is like shorting too close to Asia low, to the fair value gaps. Not something that I would do. We another 5 minute break for even if we set come first, folks. Yep. Let's see if we tap this. I want to see ES. ES didn't even tap into this breaker. We call it that way. But ES doesn't have any fair value gap, so ES doesn't have to reach anything, and then Q has to 15. M and Q with the indicator on a one time frame, like 1 minute. What do we have? We have the short. Maybe that the minute open, hello close. Yeah. So it's the same thing. Yeah. Okay, we tapped into a 4 hour gap. So now we are taking previous 4 hour low. Wow, what a move. Completely zero drawdown. Out of the short, GG, GG Anubis. Yeah, if we can move a little bit lower, tap into the hourly. I don't mind about the 15 minute. This is a 15 minute, this is an hourly, this is a 4 hour. If we can go lower into the 1 hour, completely forget about the 15 and we start bouncing off the 1 hour, that would be really good. It is true, it's scary that we have this big move here to the downside. Um, we have a 5 minute breaker block here, unicorn setup. Yes, yes, going lower. If we could start creating, like if I wanted to take a long, obviously, start creating the breaker that I want to use, that would be nice. Maybe we switch to long bias if possible for us for instead of a long, since we have tapped into a 4 hour OB. Yeah. And we tapped it also into the fair value gap. So okay, we tapped into the hourly. It's so sad that we had the initial bias, right? And we had like the trade idea, right? Uh, but we couldn't like it couldn't get into it. Like we nailed this move. Okay, now if we can do something like this, boom, 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 and then can remain long, like remain bullish. We create the breaker block here. Wow, 540, 540, 540. Ooh, what is it? 5 minute fair value gap, right? Yeah. So far, like for me, it's just a matter of waiting here for something that makes sense. I mean, I was expecting like a less movement London session, so at least it's great that we're having movement. Oh, of course, of course. And I'm never in a rush to get into a trade, so um, I couldn't care less if the market's not giving me anything. Obviously, it's gonna be a like if the market is not giving me anything or is just like doing its thing. Obviously, for the stream is like more boring, but we cannot control that. So Checking all here in case I can see something, but not much. Okay, new 15-minute candle. We're not gonna get another sweep here, right? Like for me here, if I wanted to get a long, I would need this. Otherwise, impossible for me to get into this. What I need is the liquidity sweep. So we formed a breaker block. So a breaker block, for a breaker block to form, we need a low, at least for a bullish one, a high, a lower low, and a higher high. So far, we have the low, the high. We need the lower low, and then the higher high. So we can use this like the range of the breaker block here for the entry. It's just me trying to anticipate what's going to happen. Same thing here. Like we open and we had the high, the low, the higher high that came after, and then the lower low. We didn't have a confirmation to keep going lower. It just completely ripped lower without a confirmation, but it's just the same thing. And the same thing we did here, trying to anticipate the formation of it. That's what I'm trying to do here. Cool, perfect. See, now ES had the sweep of the low, and then Q didn't. So we have an SMT right here. Sometimes you can conform with showing the entry part. At times it tend to demoralize previous smart setup and put. I know, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard. Yeah, we have the SMT with the S here. A little bit sad if we run from here. 15 minutes. We have 9 minutes for this 15 minutes, so we still have time to sweep this low here. Um, Wow, nothing interesting on the other assets. sold into those sharp buyers at London Open, closed at high for it. So difficult shorts and run. I know. That's why I'm not like too hooked into like continuation shorts most of the time. That's what I'm trying to look for. POIs, then look for the reversal over there. Gold longs, gold longs, gold longs, gold longs. Hmm. To be honest, I don't have like a clear idea of what gold wants to do. Like I don't usually trade gold logic to be honest, so it's hard for me to like to frame something on gold usually. Like again, we don't have fair power gap, we don't have anything. Okay, let's see if you can take the previous 15-minute high. High, my bad, low. So what I would be looking here is this, the sweep of this, 15-minute. We have 6 minutes, so the idea would be this 15-minute candle to sweep the previous 15-minute low, close above the previous 15-minute range, so inside the range, so above the previous 15-minute low, and move higher to then look for 2R based on this. I wouldn't be aiming for anything crazy. Like I wouldn't be aiming for a move higher. I would be aiming to just like 50% of this move, something like this. There you go, 15-minute low taken. Wow, we're gonna go for the 15-minute gap here. How would it beautiful would have been to get just this short here. We would be so chilling right now with the win. Locking in mentally. I'm actually really chill right now. We're on a Monday, first day of the month also. So actually not in a rush. Okay, we tapped the 15-minute fair value gap here. Sorry. If we keep moving lower, I don't know where we're going. We have another hourly fair value gap down here. Could be the new week opening gap that we're going to, but There's no gap anymore. And to be honest, that we going, yeah, huge candles. That's true. Like I was not expecting something like this during New York, during London. The good thing about that we are going lower is that I'm just trying to capture a long. I'm just trying to capture a reaction from these fair value gaps. Uh, and I'm not looking like for the highs or anything like this. I'm just looking for a small move into the 1 minute time frame, right? So the 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 deeper we go to the downside, uh, the less tough I'm gonna be. Like if we drop a little bit lower, up in the new 15 minutes with the previous 15, I can aim for the 15-minute fair value gap as my target, and that's it. Like if it stays, it's really good. If we stay around this, obviously. Let's see. Now for me, the key here is that we stay around here instead of just doing this. That we stay around here to then open up the new 15-minute candle and sweep the previous low, this one. That way we can have the open eye low close and then move higher. But again, if this 15-minute in the coming minute manages to close above the previous 15-minute low, that's going to be really fucking good because we're going to have a great 15-minute candle here, closing above the previous 15-minute high, low, and probably we would use some sort of breaker around this area. But it has to close above this. If not, nothing wrong because we have a good potential breaker here. So if we can like open up a new 15-minute candle, sweep the previous low, and then use as a breaker, I'm okay with it. So we have two scenarios here. One, closing above the previous 15-minute low, or that is most likely to happen, what I'm going to see now, or just waiting for a new 15-minute. This becomes the previous 15-minute candle low in 4 seconds. Perfect. And then we try and sweep the previous 15-minute low over here and move higher, and then use this as the breaker block. The 15-minute setup already gave 2R. The 5-minute setup already gave 2R. Um, so yeah, all the setups here for the short on the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute that the tool is showing up here, all of them played out. There's one that it did in this one because the entry was a little bit higher and the 2R is a little bit lower, but essentially the short setup played out here for the logic of my model, obviously. Okay, new 15. Yeah, I just need a sweep lower. I don't know why. Feels like we're not wanting to take this 15-minute low. Yeah, is approaching the low already, and Q following from above. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have an SMT here in the 1 minute. Yes, took it already. I mean, it didn't take it. It just traded the same price level. It's gonna be a fucking shame now that NQ is a little bit stronger than ES, and we're gonna create SMTs all over the place. And taking the trade on ES is not something that I would like to see. Hmm. There you go, the SMT that we have here. FOMO. No, no FOMO here. Gold, gold, nothing, nothing, nothing. If I don't get an entry here, it seems to be respecting the 15-minute Fibonacci gap. Yeah, seems to be respecting the 15-minute gap also because we are trading inside the hourly, the 4 hour. We trading into 50% of the 4 hour. So I guess we have reasons for a bounce higher, you know? So far, like not seeing anything super strong from any of the two, you know? So previous hourly low, right there. 15, I mean, I just said it and it starts moving higher. We're gonna see. I feel like if we had the sweep here, we would use this as the breaker block. Same as ES, you know. So I have two options here. Decide if I want to take it on ES or just miss on this breaker block and try to aim for something around this if in Q wants to keep going higher. Morning Sandip. It goes to ES setup. How many minutes left for the 50-minute? 8 minutes still for the 50-minute. I need the sweep. Nothing. No, I'm not gonna do nothing. Like if I don't have the sweep, I'm not gonna take anything. Like I'm not in a rush to take any position. No, no breaker block already. Like for us to have a breaker block on NQ, we need this low to be swept and then move higher to then use this as the breaker block. Boom. But we need the sweep of the low. Without the sweep, we don't have a breaker block. No, I never take a trade based on the sweep. Like if I have an SMT, I never do this. It's something that I don't like to do because sometimes more often than not we actually end up like breaking the SMT, getting the sweep and start moving higher, you know. I mean I like the fact that it's holding the area. Uh but yeah, I don't like the fact that we are struggling so much to get a sweep here. And again, I could take this trade on ES and it would be completely okay, but I just prefer to not do it because I don't trade ES usually. Okay, yes. And Q. No sweep still. When we'll create our entry. That's the message I wanted to hear. It could be unrest. Yeah, it could be that 4M opens down to the downside and then we move higher. Of all strategy use, what percent of them in the early unicorn this? The only strategy that I use is the unicorn. Believe it or not, I don't use any other thing. And I've been trading this way for 3 years now. But out of all of them that I know, what do you mean by that? With like the percentage of them? Is there the unicorn in this? How profitable are you only trading? I'm profitable. Like, how much money do I make? That's the question. Or like I am profitable. I have a good win rate. I have around 55% win rate. Like I said the same thing. I have different like moments in time where I might have like 60% of win rate with 2R. And then obviously there's moments where I have like 48, 47, and then obviously I have moments where I have 55. Like right now I have to be around the 50s, 55%. Bugatti profitable, mate. Not yet, bro. Mercedes profitable so far. But yeah, no, doing good. Like like if someone did opening range rate, they might also do unicorn. Oh yeah, no. So from your question, like 100% of my trades are from the unicorn. I had a moment where I started trading IFVGs, so getting into an inverse barrier gap before we had the confirmation on the breaker block and the unicorn. But I stopped doing this because like I was getting so much paper cuts, like so many paper cuts, sorry. 100%. Like not getting out, like over managing the trade by no means is something positive. Um, I have a hard rule, like I have a strict rule for the break evens. So if it doesn't meet like the rule for my break even, I just don't move break even. And it's been working out really nice. And then the take profiting, obviously you can close it out early. We are talking about um people I don't know, myself. I did it myself a while ago. Closing the trade, for example, at 1.2 R because like you're afraid that you might get a break even, and instead of taking the break even, you just prefer to take the profit. I get the logic, but the only thing, like the only way I can like close my position early is because we create an SMT. Like I have a hard reason and not like an emotional reason for it. I just want a Mazda 6. I had a Mazda 3 before the car I have right now, and I really enjoyed that car. What about standard deviations? I don't actually use them. Like we use the projections based off the breaker block, but I don't use the standard deviations itself for projections or like anything, to be honest. Right now, I drive an E-Class coupe, a Mercedes E-Class coupe. Unicorn is making rich. Not yet, not yet. Doing good. Uh, not rich, rich. Why everyone obsessed about cars? I mean, I'm not obsessed about cars, to be honest. Like, I wouldn't go crazy for a car. I've been like driving my Mazda 3. Like, I bought my new car like in December last year. What is the unicorn? The unicorn is the pattern, like is the breaker block. Now, yes, seems to be going higher. So it's this, like when we have a low, a high, a lower low, higher high, and then we move higher, like we have this structure. So we can, if you know what a breaker block is, we can select the breaker block, and inside the breaker block, we're gonna find a fair value gap. When those two, when we have the breaker block plus the fair value gap, we call this the unicorn. No, bro, I don't have a 663. I wish. I can feel you're not. Oh yeah, yeah, I know, I know. I mean, it's obviously an status thing. Like it's like the ultimate status, like proof, right? Like same for watches, like 2023 model. I think it is 2022, if I'm not wrong. I don't know, but it could be the 2023. Yeah. What is my second model? I don't have a second model. I have a main one. The only difference is that I had moments where I traded inverse value gaps to start building position. Looks like a failed depressed unicorn. It looks like that was funny. I mean, ES is moving higher for sure. Like the setup on ES would have looked like this. I don't trade ES, so I'm not blaming myself for it, but ES would have been like this a trade. I trade oil. Yeah, but it is too opposite of the trading where you almost have to be attached of everything material to be able to just losing. I know, of course, rapid bullet. I know, but I guess I guess like the social media space for trading is not just um trading itself, it's also marketing. Like it's also showing off, you know, sadly, I guess. You trade oil. I do trade oil, not often, just when something extremely good presents. Oh, it is printing short here. Maybe that's why you told you said 4 hour previous 4 hour high. They LARPing exactly uni. So slow. Like we just tapped into the fair value gaps and we completely stopped. 4 a.m. did nothing. Good morning, Alex. Props, what do you mean? How many accounts or how many different prop firms do I trade? It must have been mad independent in the early days. Yeah, that would have been crazy to like experience, right? What's it? What card do you want to get next? To be honest, I'm gonna stick around with my car for a long time. Just in the case that I make a lot of money, I want to get a Porsche, like a 911. Yeah, Alex knows. Is the tax system in Spain for trading a lot, like less than UK? It depends, like because if you make money, like a lot of money with prop firms, you're gonna get fucked because you're being like what you're doing is like you're um creating invoices. Like it's not like capital gains what you're doing when you're trading prop. So usually if they're not like capital gains are a little bit like better structured. There you go. We got the sweep. Wow, it is dying in queue. So if it's capital gains, like if you trade your capital, it's a little bit better. But if you're trading prop firms, it's just insane because when you start making good money, you're being taxed close to the 50%. Like right now, I'm paying 46, 47, something like this percent in taxes. It just grows. Yeah, I'm just being completely fucked every year. Yeah, obviously this year, one of the goals that I have is like to restructure everything when it comes to like taxes, business, because like right now everything is under my name. Um, yeah, that's the highest tax bracket. Yeah. It's not that hard to get into the highest tax bracket, to be honest. It's hard to move. Obviously there's ways to do it um like there's way to like pay less taxes like every year. Have you had any losing months this year? I did. Yeah, the start of the year was a really bad year for me. Like January, February was really bad. I ended December on a good note, started the year really bad. But I'm used to it already because usually the start of the year for me, I don't know why it is like psychological or whatever. I don't know. Now we have some T and QES here, so we can move it higher. And we have a 5 minute breaker block, really fucking nice here. Usually the start of the year for me is really bad. Um, and most of my wins, like most of like my gross income from trading comes from from the last part of the year, like last quarter. So that's why I don't like bother too much if I have like a losing month at the start of the year. Usually in within 3 4 months, I just make up for the whole year. Previous 15, previous 15 minute, previous hourly. I just want 3 minutes to put into CDs and retire early. I guess we all want this. That's the ideal thing. When I have this conversation with friends, we all say the same thing. I just want a couple million so I can like put somewhere that gives me a decent return yearly and just fuck around. Why you don't look at sessions? I do look at the sessions. Uh, Asia low, yeah. I mean, about to be swept. We have like a bunch of like we have a small way to go. Let's see if we can sweep it. But I usually do. But I usually like look for like I aim for sessions when I think that there's like a liquidity area that makes really like that has so much sense, that we have to move there. Like when we have like equal highs, equal lows with that session high or low. The 4 hour is super bearish. I mean, yeah, the 4 hour candle is super fucking bearish. And we have some T at this high. The play here was the short that I completely missed. I didn't have an entry down up here. How much in payouts, like in money? It has to be like I've been profitable 2 years already. The first one was kind of mid. Last year was really great, but I guess it has to be around the 300,000. Like I'm not making millions with payouts. I'm just making enough. 10 millions is the right amount. Yeah, it is. Just with Apex, I made like over 100,000 on 2024. It was, and I got banned. I wish they unbanned me, bro. I was really enjoying the trading Apex, to be honest, with my accounts. It was just, I don't know why. Yeah, we still have 50 minutes for the hourly to close. So thank you, Cloney. Thank you. Yeah, really helped to text, man. Yeah, it's been hard with the taxes, obviously. Like making that much and paying the 50%. This year you will cross 1 million, I wish. I mean, they didn't get a reason, but we know why they ban people. Like whenever you like my return on investment on Epic was extremely insane. Like I think I spent less than $10,000. Uh less than $10,000 on Apex and I made above 100,000. So when you have someone like this that your whole business relies on fees, like evaluation fees and, you know, maintaining the ratio where people spend more than what they take out. Whenever you go past this, like whenever you're like doing really good with it, you get banned. And I think you get banned like earlier now. Why you check already if it's gone for you, Juno? Let me check, but I don't think it's gone for me yet. Because I checked it. I checked it like not too long ago. I'm checking right now, but I don't think I'm gonna be unbanned. I wish though. If I am, I'm gonna get I'm gonna get like a few accounts. Where is my code here? Exactly. What they want is just if you're break even, that's cash flow for the business because that way they can pay out other people with the money that you're getting in, and at the end of the day, you're just break even. If you're slightly on how is not Kane banned then? Um, I mean, because Kane is trading live with them. Like that's another thing. Like he did something extraordinary, so they offered him to trade live. Oh yeah, I'm on Ben, Alex. Jeez, I'm gonna get a few accounts. That's new. I didn't like. I remember you told me that they were gonna leave the bands. I might have to try them. But you still can have like 20 accounts, Alex. Oh yeah, you can have 20 PAs. Wow, wow, you made my day. Yeah, and it's end of the day now because that like at that time I was trading with trading drawdown. It was like a fucking pain in the ass. Is it because Jen is a streamer? I don't think so, Nina. Like I've been banned for like the whole for a year, and they will start monitoring your PA for life after three payouts. So I can get three payouts. Okay, and he doing nothing. By the way, guys, we're having a chat about prop firm, um, but nothing too interesting so far. For him, did nothing. I mean, it did like move lower. Oh, crude oil. Ooh, what did you do, Nina? You made too much profit. Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, I'm gonna read through everything after the stream to be honest, and maybe getting some accounts. I'm trading funded next accounts right now, but I really want to trade the Apex again. New 15 minute sweep, Asian reversal incoming. Damn, I wish, but it's hard. New 15, yeah, let's see if we can do something around here. Yeah, probably no trade for today. Like unless something extremely clean forms now. Like I really think NQ once like it needs a bounce higher from somewhere near here, but yeah. Yeah, I think I had like the highest number in my PA was like 20 something. Okay, thank you, brother Alex. Thank you. I'm gonna check it now. I wanted to do something here cool on stream. where where I would just pick like start a new evaluation here on stream, just trading that account or that set of accounts on stream and making it from the evaluation phase into the payout by just trading here on stream. That would be really fun to do. Yeah, this placement higher from here would be really nice. Previous 15 with swap Asia low. Oh yeah, I could have. See, that tool printed the short. I actually set my limits in, but I didn't get the fill into the limits for the short. We were looking for this thing at the start of the stream. Like we were looking for a short at the start of the stream. I just couldn't get into the trade. The thing is, it's just a game of numbers where it depends on how many evaluations or how much you spend on evaluations and then how much you get into 'em, like get out from the payouts. Some people might fail like three, four times before they hit the big run, you know? And usually I don't have numbers, but I'm sure a high percentage of people that get moved to live just completely burns, like completely kills the live account in the first days. Already in on the 15-second. Ooh. I'm gonna wait for the 1 minute and see if we get a closure, something about this or something about this in case I want to take a long. That would be ideal reason now, Eva, all the way to pay. Yeah, that would be cool to do here on stream. Yeah, guys, don't forget code the lab. Now that we are talking about Apex, but you can apply the code or any firm. Code the lab for great discounts. But people who were put in the live program are waiting for weeks or still not live yet. That I'm aware of, they're still waiting. I think. I'm not sure to be honest. Like I've been completely like away from Apex, so like that I didn't want to know anything about it because I couldn't trade with them. Now I do, and I'm gonna get few accounts. I'm gonna start a new Apex run. We still have the trailing drawdown ones, right? What I did when I traded Apex, it was not like getting the 20 accounts, passing the 20 accounts. What I did was I started with five. I passed the five first. I made a payout on those five. I added more, like five more. That's how I did it. It was something progressive, trying to pay out, like pay for the next accounts beforehand with a payout. That's how I did it. But you can do both. Like it was because at that time I didn't have like my first payout was a 30,000 payout with Apex. That was my first payout. So until I was able to get that payout, I tried to keep my expenses really low with Profirm. So that's why like I went and after the payout itself, like I didn't want to have a good run, get like one good payout and then not get any more payouts. So I kept it like safe for a while. Remember you can choose which one you want. Remember you talk about a challenge and pass the accounts and get payouts. Yeah. Because I made money. Like it's the only account where you can trade like more than five accounts. So if you have that in mind, I mean, I don't really care unless I'm on ban. Obviously, if I make money again, I'm gonna get banned. It is what it is. But if I can like pull out a few thousand out of them, that's okay with me. Like the thing is that you can like it's really exponential. Like the same thing that you would get like, okay, if I have five accounts of trade fight or whatever, what am I making? Like 10,000. That's it. But with Apex you're making like 20, 30, 40, with the same effort. Exactly. And that's what happened to me, PT Trader. Like I had like my accounts for over 100 and something trading days. Like I had my accounts for over a year. And eventually after a payout, like obviously I traded like I eventually when I was about to get my last payout to be able to request everything, I was not leaving like too much breathing room to the account. So I was not aiming for like a big run. Um, but yeah, after my fifth payout, I completely like I lost the accounts and I couldn't get them back. How much expense to profit rate you're aiming for usually? I don't have like a strict one, to be honest. It's really obviously it's really hard to like have one and be able to meet it. Um as long as I'm making money, like sometimes I try like a prop firm for a while. I try to pass a few evaluations and I miss and that the ratio goes down. But I don't know, like even spending 1,000 and taking out seven, that's a great ratio. Do you trade any other time frames? Been looking at 12 minutes. Try to change, like try to do this the following moment. I've been testing it out. Try to add 5 minute open high low closes and swings, 15-minute open high low closes and swings, and 1 hour. And look and trade the 1 minute. For the 1 minute, this setting is really good. Do you lose them from not following your rules? No. I lost them because I had like a bad run after a really good run. Um, as I said, I was not like adding, like I was not trading to aim to get more drawdown into the accounts. I was like trading the exact amount to be able to take out a payout. Every time I took out a payout, obviously the drawdown limit was lower, so I had less room for mistakes, and that's what happened. Like I had a great run doing this. Like I took five payouts doing this, and eventually I just had a bad run and lost the account. To be honest, it was one of the best like trading moments I ever had. Like it felt like I was trading and everything was like working out. Like everything was working. Every time I took was. Oh, you can buy packs. That's insane. You can buy packs of five on Apex. That's really nice. What is the average profitable trader need to make? It depends on the situation of everyone's like life. Um, for me, a year. For me, a year here in Spain, I could be making like 35,000 a year or 30,000 a year, and I could be living and I could live here. Like I could like have a life here with that amount. Thank you, C, for joining. Nothing here today was a little bit boring, I guess, but we have the full week ahead, so and I'm sure we're gonna have more setups. Like it was a shame that we missed this trade, so it is what it is. Thank you for joining, though. Where do you think NQ, what's the average portfolio trader need? I answered this one already. Where do you think NQ will either reverse or if not, it will trend down all day in New York? Maybe what else? What do we have here? We have an hourly fair value gap here. That would be my next. Like if we keep going lower, that would be my next area to look for. Hourly, we have the candle opening. Yeah, like around this area, to be honest. Around the 3,400s, 420, 440, that area. Nice. Nice to read, Zipper. Spending 1K to make 2, 3K for beginners is a good idea. It really depends on your economy. Like how is that 1K? Like if like you know, it really depends. Like I started trading prop firms when I had like 100 in my bank account. So obviously I couldn't afford to spend 1K. So it really depends on your economy. If you can afford spending 1K and that won't affect to your economy, do it. Like the ratio is good. Like if you spend 1K and you make 3K, you are doing 2,000 in profit. So why fucking not? Yeah, it's exactly what you said. You can put a price to this. It's like really situational, like to everyone situation. I like Segovia. Can wait to go back. Yeah, it's a great city. Really great food, by the way. Good morning, Tom. Nothing happened. We missed this short that didn't give me an entry, and we've been like just grinding down so far. Just be safe. Yeah, you have to do the numbers and stick to what you can afford losing, and that's it. Suckling thick. I know. It's really fucking good. You will be getting the intraday or end of the accounts. More like most likely, I'm gonna go easy on myself and use the end of the accounts. I don't think it's worth it anymore for the intraday. For the entry of your unicorn model, you just put the limit order on the area where the breaker block and the fair value gap overlap. Everything need to be aware. Hey, Juno Ranger. Thank you, user. Thank you so much. It was a little bit boring today. I I have to be honest. Nothing showed up besides the entry here. So, but yeah, thank you. Uh, so the entry would be like on a short, on the low, and the other side on the breaker. Like imagine that like we have the breaker block here, and imagine the fair value gap is around this area, overlapping, but also going above the breaker. I don't do this. Like I don't use the fair value gap from outside the breaker block. I use the breaker block itself on every situation. Same thing here. Like see that we had this fair value gap right here, this little box here. Instead of just doing this, in this scenario, I would have like won. But I usually wait for the entry on the breaker block itself. So the breaker block is the one like leading, is the one that gives you the entry, is the one that gives you the stop loss. Yeah, Monday it's also first day of the month, so couldn't like ask for more. Inversion model happens more than breaker block model in New York AM session. Uh, that's completely true. The only difference is that for me, the breaker block is like the perfect combination of reversal, so you can get it early, but not that early to like the inverse battle gaps gives you more like paper cuts. Like you get more paper cuts with inverse battle gaps if you don't know how to properly identify the good inverse battle gap. Uh, I did sometimes take inversions. I'm not doing it that much anymore because I felt like I was getting a ton of paper cuts on my trades. Ooh, I speak Spanish, then you're all set. You're gonna enjoy Segovia. What's London doing, Karen? We did have a short that we didn't manage to take because we didn't get an entry here. In this one, we didn't get an entry and it completely died. And it looks like it's completely dying off. Like we tapped into another hourly fair value gap down there. Um, Not much. Like I couldn't get into the short and yeah, looks like nothing's gonna happen around here. 5 minute. I mean, yeah, we have the equal highs, and I really think eventually we're gonna take them on New York. What do you do? Um, yeah, I did make a combination of YouTube. I didn't make any course or anything like this, but YouTube will do the trick. Also, I'm trying to uh launch like a free course for everyone for the unicorn model. So I guess if you wanna learn the unicorn, that's gonna help you out a little bit at the start. We tapped into the hourly gap. Yeah, yeah, the course I'm working on the course and it's gonna be completely free. So yeah, yeah, obviously her own like there's the good part and the bad part of it. If you're really confident enough, like maybe just not following this logic on every trade, like getting always into the inverse value gap and build the position around the inverse and then the breaker or whatever. If you just do it on the trades that you really are confident, probably it's a really good option. The thing is, I was hooked into like of this way of doing it. Like I couldn't stop getting into inverse value gaps on every fucking inverse value gap, and I was getting a ton of paper cuts. So I stopped doing it for the sake of like the way I trade. We tapped into the hourly gap here. Now we're gonna move towards like above this area, and we swapped also previous 15-minute low, and probably it's gonna look like a potential long. Let me see if it marks out break. No, it's not. 15 minute, 1 minute. What is ES doing? Yeah, we tapped into the hourly gap. That's what I'm looking here. That maybe it could be interesting to get something around this area. It should. That's what I was thinking. It should be printing along here. I don't know why it's not. Uh, that's what I'm trying to see. Where was the sweep exactly? Yeah, no, it's not printing it because the low of the previous 15 is right here, and out of the sweep, there's no candidate for. I mean, there's a fair value gap right here, aligning with the breaker block, but the sweep didn't happen. Like, there's no candidate for the breaker block here because if we use this 429 as the low of the previous 15, you know, yeah, fair value gaps are in it. Like if you see like Like it takes into consideration the fair value gaps. But yeah, probably not taking anything here, even though it could make sense to get along from here. I just prefer like to don't take anything and approach New York session today without a loss, without a trade, without emotions, without anything, like without any input whatsoever when it comes to trading. And start the week like the right way, like saving the mental capital for New York session. So yeah, I think it's gonna be time to start closing, like ending, moving out, moving on. Um, Anyone has any other questions? We had great questions this stream, so make sure to, if you have any question, to let me know before we end the stream. Are you going to be live for New York? I don't think so. It's gonna be I think Kane and Leo, they're gonna be streaming New York. Exactly, Eric. I'm sure. I'm sure we're gonna have like more days this week that we can trade. Remember, guys, like not taking a trade is also a position. Like not taking any position is also a position. Uh, so it's just better to end a session without like taking anything than taking anything else that doesn't fit like our model. So thank you, Juni. Tomorrow, by the way, I'm not gonna be streaming London session. I have to go to the doctor and I cannot make it in time because I have to go in the morning. So I'm not gonna be able to stream London session. Let's see if we run maybe a New York session on my channel or if I can join New York session if I have time. But for now, I'm not gonna be. I'm here always during London session. It's just that tomorrow I can make it because I have to go to the hospital for a few tests. But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm gonna be London, so uh, we're gonna see each other this week. Have you tried using the tool on CFDs? Yeah, Mohammed, I tried it. I tried it on other assets, and it works really similar. Like the system, the tool has a system in place to also adapt a little bit to some other assets and charts. Thank you, Aku, Rabbit, Chris. Thank you so much. Um, Thank you, Prove Your Edge. Thank you so much, Andres, brother. What was the reason? Um, there's like no reason. I guess we're like close to 5 a.m. Like we're at the end of the stream. It was also vibes. I don't know. Like we're just going lower. Not the reaction that I mean, the reaction from the hourly tab was great, but I don't know. It just felt that I shouldn't be taking it, to be honest. Thank you, Henry. Beza, where you're considering long right now after three. Like longs look good. Uh, I guess that was the area that I wanted to see a long happen, but yeah, I don't know. It's just the mood that I'm in right now. The Monday, the whole session going lower. Sad that this breaker like got stopped out because it looked really good, but exactly. Yeah, thank you, Eric. Yeah, I hope everything goes well. So we have time. Thank you, Loretta. Thank you, Andres, brother. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you, everyone. See you Wednesday. Remember, I'm not streaming tomorrow, London. It's gonna be, I think, Kane or Leo, or they're gonna join because they are both in London, like in London. So you're gonna be covered. You're gonna be in good hands. See you next time, guys. Love you. See ya.